Most people know this Holton or some variation of this guy. Well, this is my sixth grade class on a field trip to Washington, D.C. It was 1984 and we were 12. We had already been friends for quite some time by this point. This is me, and this is Holton Bugs. Well, a couple weeks ago, Holton called me and said he was working on something huge. This is me after I realized what it was. This is me now, and this is my good friend, Holton Bugs.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, all over the world. I want to say welcome to tonight's first Boomerang Opportunity Call. My name is Holton Bugs, better known as HB, and I'm your chairman and CEO of Boomerang. Guys, I want to just tell you that it's very exciting today to actually give the first evening call. I said the first call, but the first evening call that we have for the opening and pre-launch of Boomerang. If you're on this call today, you may be a guest, and today may be your first time on our opportunity call. It may be your second or third or fourth, and maybe even a fifth call. But you may also be one of our TSAs, our Travel Savings Ambassadors. First of all, again, I just want to congratulate you for being at the right place at the right time. And it's not all too often that we have these opportunities. Most recently, we started our pre-launch on February the 18th, and we started the enrollment process. And since then, thousands upon thousands have actually joined the Boomerang movement, the iBoomerang movement, as we just unveiled our corporate branding and our corporate logo just this past Saturday, right here in Houston, Texas. And so that's actually where I'm calling in from. And so tonight, if you hear me and my voice sounds a little bit raspy, it's because we had a lot of people who actually came for our opening VIP grand opening event, or not grand opening, but pre-launch event that we had right here in Houston, Texas. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, not only did we do some exciting things with unveiling our company and actually some incredible training, but we had a lot of fun as well. And if you haven't done so already, we want you to make sure that you check us out at iBoomerang. That's on Twitter. That's on Facebook. That's also on Instagram, iBoomerang. Take a look at the spelling of it, Ibuumerang. And make sure you like our page on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. But what I want to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to go ahead and kick us right into gear and really share with you a very short story about why iBoomerang was actually born. For those of you who don't know, I've been a veteran in this industry of direct sales and network marketing for just a little over 28 years. This year will make 29 years in September that my wife and I have actually been students of this industry of network marketing. And unlike some people, we've had a chance to find our highest highs, and we've also had a chance to have our lowest lows. You know, we started off with our lowest lows because in our first 7 years in this industry, we never really got it to work for us. We worked very, very hard, and we were on the learning curve, but we were never able to put together enough what I call energy all at one time. And we didn't have the influence to have people want to listen to us. And for that reason, our first 7 years, we never earned in excess of $500 in any one month that we were actually in business. But you know what? During that time, it didn't matter. We didn't even really pay much attention to how much income we weren't earning. Why? Because it was a learning process for us. You know, growing up in a blue collar family, being the very first person to go to college, there was a lot of information that I'd never heard of before. And getting involved in network marketing and start to learn and hear certain phrases and different information, it became an eye-opening experience, and we became really addicted to the information. But what happened is, as you start to grow older, you start to understand that, you know what, money is important as well. And that was when we were able to really find the right system and get ourselves included into a system so that we can actually start earning income. In those first 7 years, never made more than $500 a month, never built a team that actually exceeded 49 distributors over a 7-year period of time. Now, I don't say that for you to feel sorry for us or anything of that nature, but what I'm letting you know is that I understand what it's like to be on that first side. I understand what it's like to be on that side, whereas there's not much success, there's not money coming in, and you're wondering, does it really work, and can I make something work for me? Well, we've been there. We've done that. Guess what? We have the t-shirt. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I have on a brand new t-shirt. A t-shirt that's actually is a revolutionary t-shirt that shows and proves that the industry of network marketing has evolved. Because right after that, when we learned the system, we went on to be able to create a lot of success, not only for ourselves, but for a lot of people. You know, over the past 10 years, we built a team in excess of over 3 million distributors in over 60 countries all over the entire world. We've generated revenues in our team of over $3 billion. And I say that not from a bragging standpoint, but to let you know that we actually did find out what it was going to take in order to get to that other side. See, before then, we would only dream about success. And we write down our goals, and year after year after year after year, we'd have to reset those same goals because there was no achievement going on. And if you understand, and if you can identify with me, then what I want you to do is I want you to pay close attention to this presentation, because what we did through both of them, in terms of not being on one side of money and then being on the real strong side of money, what we've realized is that there were some gaps in this industry. There were some challenges that we found, because what we realized is you shouldn't have to be a Holton and Erlene Buzz in order to make it work. You shouldn't have to be a person who listened to as many tapes and read as many books as we did. What we realized is this: over the last 60 plus years that the industry of network marketing has been popular, human behavior hasn't changed much. But here's what's going on, is that every single company that we saw is basically recycling the same people, the same list of names, but actually packaging it with a different company and a different compensation plan and maybe a different product. But we're expecting the exact same behaviors to take place. And we thought, what if there was a world where you didn't have to do all of the same things that happened before? What if there was a world that we can actually create a product that the product actually works harder than the distributor ever could? And it's not that we want to produce lazy people or saying that this is an opportunity that you get involved and don't have to do anything. I want to assure you there's going to be a lot of work required if you ever want to do something big. But what about taking advantage of modern technology? What if we can do something and create what we call the Uber of network marketing? See, about 5 years ago, I started to study the Uber concept, and I started to get really enthralled with how it worked and how Travis Kalanick was able to take a very simple concept of transportation and create the world's fastest growing company in the history of the world. The first thing that he did was he challenged the status quo. And he never looked at himself and said, I'm not qualified or I don't have the credentials. He looked for a problem to solve, and he came up with an idea and he solved the problem. Well, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, over the last 5 years, I've been putting it together in my mind of how to create the Uber in network marketing. And not do I believe it, I know for a fact we've actually done it. And so over the next 30 minutes, what I want you to do is buckle your seatbelts as we explain to you the Uber of network marketing. And we're going to do it through iBoomerang. What I want to do right now is I want to share some concepts with you of exactly what we're talking about and what we saw that was a need. We saw that there was a need, opportunity to have their dreams come true. And so what I wanted to create was a first-class consumer experience. What if there was a business that you could actually focus on building a consumer base, and that became the focal point of how you're going to earn income? No more thinking about having to be a heavy recruiter, but knowing that you can build a consumer base and that your income can come from that. And ladies and gentlemen, I created the first what's called PRIB. It's a perpetual residual income builder. Well, the old model is what's broken. And what we've done is we wanted to shatter that old model, and we wanted to create something new. Here's what's old, and many of you can probably identify with it. Just think about it. And many of the other examples that we've seen in the network marketing industry, customers actually pay more for products. And I'm not saying that the companies are wrong for it. As a matter of fact, there's a necessity for it. Most companies have to mark their products up anywhere from 7 to 10 times in order to justify paying commissions. And you know what that does? It makes the price much higher than if the customer went right down the street and actually went to the local store and bought that product. Normally they can buy it for half price or a fraction of the cost. And in that model, only the strong recruiters win. Why is that? Because the average customer stays on a product for 79 days. Why? Product cost is too much. The average customer only spends $35 a month. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we work really, really, really hard while the average distributor only recruits 2 customers. That means that there's going to be $105 per year per customer that they realize. And if you take 20% profit, it means that they're going to make about $21 per year per customer. If you have 2 customers, that's $42 per year. And think about the anxiety that you have when you go to your customer wanting to sell them a product, wanting to convince them that your product actually worked. But what if there was a new way? What if there was no selling? What if you had a new model where you only make money when customers save money? You know, ladies and gentlemen, I got so far less. It's completely unheard of, but that's what the market needed. We wanted to shatter the old model of network marketing and create a brand new model. Well, how will we bring this vision to the world? It all starts with a particular industry. It starts with the travel industry. Ladies and gentlemen, travel is an $8 trillion per year industry. $8 trillion per year. The beauty of this industry is neither one of us have to go out and sell travel. We don't have to go out and convince people to take a vacation. Or we don't even have to convince working people who must travel abroad to go out and travel. Why? Because a big portion of travel is people who have to travel. But a great portion of travel, the fun part, is the people who want to. So what if you had an industry that was $8 trillion and you didn't need to invent something? You didn't have to come with some fancy lotion, potion, or cream and talk about some stories that you've never been able to validate and get your customer to buy it twice or 3 times the cost as a local store. What if you were able to take something that the average person was doing already, never had to convince them when to take a trip, but when they do, all you're doing is you're rearranging where they buy their travel and rearranging actually how they do travel. When you look at the Asian industry or country of Asia or the continent of Asia, $6 billion per day of travel is taking place. In Europe, $4.8 billion a day. In the United States, almost $3 billion a day. That's $32,000 every single second. That means when I finished that sentence, it was another 32,000, another 32,000, another 32,000. That's how big the industry of travel is. Now, before you go back and do exactly what I did and say to myself, hey, listen, I've been involved in travel. I've been a part of travel network marketing. There's no income in travel. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? You were absolutely right until we actually created and secured an exclusive on a travel technology that is revolutionizing not only travel, but revolutionizing the network marketing industry. I want to share with you a couple of ideas that you probably didn't know. That there's 2 companies that actually monopolize the entire travel industry. Booking Holdings, which was formerly a company called Priceline. And then you've got Expedia, which is a major company that many of us know. $72 billion is what Expedia had actually generated in terms of what their worth was over in 2016. While Booking Holdings boasts $58 billion in 2016. All of the different companies that you've seen advertising on television, Booking.com, rentalcars.com, Kayak, Priceline, Trivago, Hotels.com, Travelocity, all of those companies plus many, 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 many more are owned by 2 companies, ladies and gentlemen. When you think of it, they're not even really travel companies. You say, well, yes, they are. Well, how much travel do they actually invent? They don't. They don't even sell travel. They're marketing companies, and they're geniuses at it. What they've done is they've created what's called, they've made them all different colors, and they've made them different relatability. Why? Because they market to different segments of people. And maybe you go to Trivago because maybe you're an outdoors person. Maybe you go to Expedia because of the trust and the reliability, and maybe you're a business person. Maybe you go to Booking.com because you like the commercial. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, they spend billions of dollars advertising. Why? It's an $8 trillion a year industry. And guess what they've done? They have gotten you and myself to actually book on their websites. But let's not fault them. As a matter of fact, those are our allies. We actually do like them because what they've done is they've opened up a brand new way for people to book travel. I don't know if you knew this, but there's 3 different ways that you're able to purchase travel. Retail is one of them. That's something that most of us have actually done, is go to and buy retail. Wholesale or discount travel is another way. And that's particularly what you see on our site today. But less than one tenth of 1% of the people on the planet know why, because it opened up the door, whereas we are able to pass the savings on to you on those member-based pricing. I'll tell you a little bit about Extreme a little bit later as well. So here's what happens with our product. Here's the foundation of what we do. It's quite simple. Each person that becomes what we call a TSA member, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, they're able to receive their own travel website, wholesale travel booking platform, and are able to save up to 70+% off of the retail prices. Earn travel bonuses for referring travel to Extreme Travel. Actually, they can also enjoy discounted and exclusive experiences and member-only trips, optional travel agent opportunity that allows you to book travel. Even if you're a current travel agent, you can actually book on our Extreme and use us as an actual host agency if you love being a travel agent. Most importantly, what I want you to know is that online, you've got $8 trillion of inventory right there at your fingertips. Well, let's talk about how we can actually utilize that. When it comes to Extreme Travel, why is it that Extreme Travel was so important? Well, this is where the partnership came together here, because David Manning, who is the CEO of Extreme Travel, 19 years in business, have actually created some of the top awards that have ever been received in the travel industry. FunJet Platinum Member Award 500 Club, Carnival Cruise Line's Pinnacle Club, Royal Caribbean Royal Family. Actually, you can read up on them all yourself. Why is Extreme Travel so important? Because anyone can come up with a travel discount website. As a matter of fact, there's a few companies out there that may even have them. But what we found is, why is it that we would offer customers a way to have a discount, but wouldn't offer them the same quality or even higher quality support? You know, throughout my travels, I can tell you, I've booked a couple of wrong dates before. I've actually even booked the wrong month and even the wrong city just because I'm just rushing to do it. And guess what? If we didn't have Extreme Travel, our customers would be stuck with that, and they'd actually have to pay for a brand new booking. But because we have Extreme Travel, they've got someone that they can communicate with who can come to the rescue and make sure that their travel experience is going to be a pleasant one. You know, one quick way to lose a customer is for a customer to book a vacation thinking that they're going to have fun and have no one to talk to. This is why Extreme Travel is so important. But let's go ahead and take a tour. The website that the product that we offer is a product that's called iGo. This is the membership-based site. Why do we call it iGo? It simply stands for I Go For Less. Now, here's an example of what happens and what's very typical on our platform. You'll see savings that can be higher, some that are even lower than this one. In this example here, this is New York City, 4.5-star hotel. On Expedia, this hotel was $339 per night. On our site, it was $178. That's $161 of savings that our TSAs are able to experience. Here in Paris, France, 4-star hotel. Okay, if you take a look at Paris, France, $440 is what the cost was. $130 on our wholesale booking engine. $310 savings. But here's what's so cool. It's the same room. It's the same hotel. It's just a different price. Here's my question. How many of you would go to Paris for just one night? That's $310. You know, the last time or every single time I've gone to Paris, it's typically been a 10-day stay. Ladies and gentlemen, in that example here, that would be a $3,000 savings coming back to me. Actually, it wouldn't go back to me. It would actually go to my wife. Why? Because she loves to shop in Paris. And so those are some of the examples that we have just with the hotels. But it goes even bigger and better than that. Rental cars. This example here, $392 on a rental car. $221 is what it was on our site, $171 in savings. Now, here's what's real cool. We have a platform. On our platform, we have a button there that's called Weeks. Now, Weeks is so exciting because you can go there and they have so many different vacation spots, and you have to book them a week at a time. Platform $712, a savings of $503. Now, I don't want to give you something that you say, wow, this is too good to be true, but you're probably going to say this is too good to be true. On our week's platform right now, live as we speak, there was a 5-star resort. I think it was in Punta Cana as well, or I'm sorry, over in Mexico, and it's Cabo San Lucas. $143 for the entire week. That's 7 days of about $20 per day. It doesn't get any better than that. Same room, same resort, just different prices that you're actually going to experience. Now, what we do is this: every time a booking actually takes place, the iGo is actually going to send you your confirmation, and it's going to show you exactly what your price was, and it's going to circle the amount that you have in savings so that you don't have to squint. Right below is actually what your price of your reservation. And it's also going to show you what your reward credits and your savings was. Over here, this one here, the Sheraton Hotel in Salt Lake City, Utah, the price of the reservation was $397.36, 445 reward credits, but the savings was $845. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at that, that's probably over 60% discount on that particular reservation. A second one here, $287 for the reservation. You got 321 rewards credits. What can you do with reward credits? You can use them for future travel and travel for free with those reward credits. Savings of $532 is what they experienced at the Sheraton Salt Lake as well. Now, here's a different one. My good friends Johnny and Sophie Chung, who are rewards credits, but they saved over $999. Here's what I'm so excited about, because they personally took me out to one of my favorite restaurants, which is Sage 400, for some of the best sushi with the savings that they actually receive from using this site. This is one of the reasons I want to give a site like this to every friend that I have. Why? Because if they can take me to lunch because of the appreciation that they have of me offering this type of benefit, you know what? I'll love them. Now, here's the other part. Another one in here, this is my name on it. I didn't black out the names here because it's my personal reservation that I don't mind sharing. I happened to go to Cabo San Lucas. I had a 1,250 square foot suite, oceanfront suite. I had a personal concierge. I had my own personal butler, oceanfront. It was all inclusive, 5 days, 4 nights, food, drinks, tips, gratuity, taxes, everything that was included for $1,348 for 5 days, 4 nights. I got 1,687 reward credits, but here's the cool part. $1,589 cheaper than any other hotel booking website online. That's how much money I actually saved. And where I come from, a penny saved is a penny earned. And that was $1,589 worth of pennies saved. And that means that was $1,589 earned. Ladies and gentlemen, there's so many people who are having so much fun. We can give you hundreds, or actually now, really hundreds and hundreds of examples of reservations of people who've saved money. It's not just on hotels and car rentals. Not only that, we have cruises as well, where there's incredible rebates, which is nothing again but money coming back to you. Now we have also flights. We have flights as a courtesy here. There's no savings on the flights, but you also have homes. Here's what's really cool about homes. I was sharing the home program with a good friend of mine who's in the network here, and he told me, he says, go to Destin, Florida. Let me see what you got. As a matter of fact, we actually chose spring break time. And what we found is that the homes that were there that were $1 million plus homes that came with a personal assistance concierge, the people that will call you up 2 weeks in advance before you arrive and ask you, what type of pillows do you want? What type of snacks do you want? And they will go out and do all of the shopping, have it there. And our prices were much less than VRBO, much less than Airbnb as well. The weeks program I told you about, Marketplace, is absolutely phenomenal, where you have other types of benefits of products that we have: timeshare owners, shore excursion, theme parks, wine clubs, you name it. But most importantly, here's what's pretty cool. What we've done is that we put our money where our mouth is. Our product actually does work. And I'm not here to put down other products, but I can tell you, I've sold a lot of nutritional products over my last 28 years. And I've had products that I sold weight loss products, and I've seen people on the products for 2 years and they gain weight. And it's not because the product didn't work, it's because they didn't work the product. The product was absolutely perfect. But remember what I told you? Oftentimes we expect people to modify their behavior just because they have a great product or an opportunity. But what if you didn't have to do that? What if you weren't expecting a person to be consistent on taking that product every single day and staying away from meals, eating healthy, working out? What if the product did what it was supposed to do 100% of the time? Our product does it. As a matter of fact, we back it up. A price guarantee, 110% of the difference. That means if you go to a website and it's a public-facing website, not a member-based, public-facing website, and the price is cheaper, what we'll do is we'll give you the difference plus 10%. That means that we are absolutely certain that our product actually does work. Now, my big question for you is this: do you boomerang? Okay, absolutely. This is one of the reasons we named the company that I Boomerang. All right. People ask me today, hey, what is it that you do? And I just say simply, I Boomerang. And well, what is that? Well, I have a travel technology that allows people to save up to 70+% anytime they travel. As a matter of fact, it's easy, it's free to try and free to keep. Would you like to start saving for the rest of your life? Of course. All I need is an email address and your name, and you can start savings. But there is one catch. And they always say, well, what's the catch? I says, on your first trip, make sure you take a selfie and send it to me on your very first trip that you save money. And people understand it. It's just that simple. Let's share with you how to boomerang. What we've done is we've created Boomerang. Boomerang is really designed around the concept of giving. One of the things that my wife and I have done is that we've been very, very blessed. We've been very, very fortunate to earn a lot of money and help a lot of people in this industry. But I can tell you there's nothing more exciting than when we have the opportunity to give. And this whole concept was designed around giving. What if you gave out goodwill? Well, what should you expect back? Goodwill. Well, what if you gave out good karma? What should you expect back? Good karma. But what if you gave out an opportunity for people to save money? Remember, a penny saved is a penny earned. It means that some of those savings and some of those earnings should come back to you. So what we're able to do through the I Boomerang or Boomerang concept is that we're able to share 50% of what we actually save with friends, family, coworkers, or whoever it is that you would love to set up with this incredible exclusive technology that we have. Our customers enjoy 50% of the savings. Okay. And then guess what happens? The other 50% comes back to you and also paid out through the compensation plan. This is exclusive now in terms of saving, in terms of receiving cash back. This is what's so cool. Most importantly, there's no limit on the type of earnings that you can have. I want to give you a boomerang example of how it actually works. If you look, I've got two examples, two same reservations, two hotels or two resorts here, okay? Or actually one resort, two examples. On the left, you'll see what we call the TSA member site. On the TSA member site, this one was 70% off, all-inclusive resort. It was 5 days, 4 nights for this particular reservation. On all of the other websites, the cheapest price that we could find was $4,867. The savings on our website as a TSA was almost $3,400, $3,400, ladies and gentlemen. Our price was $1,467. This is absolutely amazing. Now, for a Boomerang customer, they're just a customer. What does it cost for them to become a Boomerang customer? Nothing. What does it cost for them to remain a Boomerang customer? Nothing. Do you remember I told you I wanted to become the Uber of the network marketing and travel industry? What does it cost to download an Uber app? Nothing. What does it cost to maintain the Uber app? Nothing. Does Uber ever call you up and say, hey, listen, we need you to take a trip today and use Uber? No. Whenever you're ready to use it, the app is right there at your fingertip. Whenever you're ready to use the iBoomerang Travel Savings Program, it is right there at your fingertips, and you can actually use it right here and search and book your vacation on your mobile phone. But as a customer, they're going to only receive 50% of the savings that are available to the TSA members. In this example here, your customer would have saved $1,699. Now remember, they don't even know that the $3,399 is available to our TSAs, but they're fired up and excited about saving $1,700. Well, if they save 50%, that means that there's another 50% that's available. How's it work? Take a look at it. Here are you right here. You toss out your boomerang to your customer. Your customer caught the boomerang, and that is a savings of $1,699. What happens? Good Karma comes back to you, and you receive a travel bonus of 50% of their savings. $849.75 is what I put in the compensation plan to give right back to you. No other company in network marketing or in the travel industry has the ability to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the remainder of the commissions, we'll pay it up through the organization. $595 is what we're going to pay out to the upline. What this is doing is taking savings and turning it into commissions. Your typical travel network marketing companies are actually earning the commissions on the bookings only. Here's what I found. Some of the travel or vendors, they only pay 2, 3, 4%. That means on a $4,000 vacation, if it's paid 2%, that's an $80 commission. And there's only a portion of it is what you're going to receive. Now, I want you to understand, it's not bad. It's because that's what the industry was used to. But remember, we told you it was time for the industry to evolve. Okay? Hence, iBoomerang. Let me give you an example of how this actually could work for you. Let's talk about a customer acquisition model. Here's what I want you to know that's different. Almost every other company is going to share with you their compensation plan and say, look, you have X number of legs over here, and you build X number of legs over here, and 2 people go out and get 2, and 5 go out and get 10, and 10 go out and get 100, whatever it may be. Then one day you can actually become a multi-gazillionaire. And you know what happens? The people like me, when I first got in this industry, I'd look up and say, I can't do that. Well, see, what I told you we wanted to do is create a first-class consumer experience. I also wanted to make sure that we can build an income off of consumers, whereas a person didn't have to worry about recruiting if they didn't want to, but they can also become a top income earner, and they can actually satisfy their dreams through this vehicle. Watch here very closely, and I want you to pay attention, and I want you to tell me if this resonates with you. Travel savings here is coming back to you once you throw out a boomerang. But remember, it all starts with you giving goodwill. You throw out a boomerang in this example, but you throw it to 10 people, which means you got 10 customers. All right. Well, how do you get a customer? Real simple. I'll give you a simple script today. Hey, I call up my friend Mary and say, Mary, let me ask you a question. If you can stay in 5-star resorts for 3-star prices, would you consider doing that? Of course. And well, Mary says, well, how do I do that? Well, Mary, I've got a travel savings technology that is exclusive to us, and all I need is your name and your email address, and I can get you started saving today. But there's only one catch, Mary. She says, well, what is it? Make sure you take a picture of a selfie on your first savings trip and send me that selfie and how much money you saved. That's it. Mary, it's free to start and it's free to keep. So now let's just imagine here, you got 10 customers. How long would you think it would take you to get 10 customers using a simple formula like that? There's nothing for them to buy and nothing for you to sell. In this example, we're going to assume that the average customer will take 1 trip per year, just one. The average savings is $600 in this example. We want to be conservative. Now, we know we showed you some extreme ones over there, and you've seen some of the other extreme models that we have, but $600 for the entire year. What that's going to give you is $6,000 in savings between all 10 of your customers. But remember, you earn 50% of whatever your customers save. That means the boomerang comes back and gives you good karma. Not only karma, it gives you $3,000 in travel savings bonuses. See, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't recruited one person. You haven't tried to build a downline or an organization. All you've done is you've given out goodwill in form of a boomerang and allowed people to save money. Let me give you a more moderate example. You take that number, you say, you know what, I want to work it a little bit more aggressively. Maybe I want to take 90 days or 100 days and maybe get me 1 customer per day that I want to give goodwill. This is how we live our lives. You know, one of the big secrets that my wife and I have is every day we look to do something to make a difference in somebody's life. And today, now I have a product and a technology that I can actually really do it. And that is give a boomerang a day. In 100 days, you'd have 100 customers. You know what? With 100 customers, you now have $600 per trip times 100 at $60,000 in total savings over the course of the year. $30,000 of that comes back to you in the form of a travel savings bonus. And still, you haven't recruited one person. Now, there's a few of you on this call right now that are a little bit more aggressive. And what you want to do is you want to go out and get 1,000 customers. Let's say you did it over an 18-month period of time or however soon you want to do it. In this example, that's a $300,000 annual income, and you still haven't participated in the multi-level marketing or network marketing component of it. You've only acquired customers. Here's what I want you to know. What reason do your customers have to quit? What reason do they have to discontinue or delete themselves from this network? None. It costs them nothing to onboard. It costs them nothing to keep it. Now, the second way that we earn income is this. If you want to build a team, you can build a team. How do you build a team? I've actually told people about the incredible savings, and about the first 14 people that I wanted to give a boomerang website to, they came back when they saw the savings and says, Holton, how do I actually become a part of the business building? How do I become a TSA? And I simply showed them how to do it. Let me give you a couple of examples of how this actually works. Let's just say on a very conservative model that you built a team of 50. Well, why do I put 50 here? Because I was horrible at network marketing, and it took me 7 years to build a team of 50. And I know that you can do it. We've got people who are putting 50 people in their first 30 days. As a matter of fact, we started on February the 18th, and our number one enroller has enrolled over 80 people since February the 18th. So I want you to imagine over here in this example here, I want you to take a look at what this really looks like. You go out and you get a team of 50 individuals in this example here. You toss out a boomerang to them, and guess what happens? They toss out their boomerangs to 10 people. What that means is that that team of 50 is going to give you what? 500 customers in your network. In this example, forget about where it says 1,000. That's inaccurate. This is an example of 500 customers. If you take a look at it, each one of them take a trip every single year. They're going to save on the average $600. Now, what happens over here? You're going to have $575 of customer volume every single day. But here's what takes place, ladies and gentlemen. What you're doing is that you've got an override of $58 every single day in income. This is residual income. $1,726 per month, $20,000 per year. You built a team of 50. Here's what's so cool. Before I go to the next one, I want you to imagine this. What happens if that entire team of 50 quit the business? The customers never quit. Why? Because there's nothing for them to cancel. That means that what we've done is we built a model where the product works much harder than the distributor ever can. Not that the distributors is going to be lazy, but they can't outwork the technology and the product that we have. This is why this is so unique. Let's give you a different model here. What if you had a model here of 250 team members that you actually built? And in this example, they went out and got their 10 boomerang customers, giving you 2,500 boomerang customers. In this example, there's 250 trips that they're 250 trips. They're going to take one trip per year. Average savings of $600 is $2,877 in customer volume. When you really look at it, $288 per day is what your override income can actually be. We've got it at 10%, and I can tell you, I wrote and designed this compensation plan. It really can be much greater than 10%, but I use that number as an example. That's an $8,000 monthly income. Ladies and gentlemen, you build a team of 250 distributors just on the residual income of customer savings dollars. You're earning $100,000. That's right, a six-figure income on residual basis that has nothing to do with the recruiting income at all. If you believe that, and if you can accept that, I want somebody to write down in the chat, boom, B-U-U-M, boom, okay? Let's go to a little bit more aggressive one. This is where you build a team of 1,000. You start getting yourself a part of our training, getting yourself a part of the leadership, and letting us show you how to build and lead teams and become a leader. In this example, you've got $12,600 in customer savings volume. You're overriding that at the tune of 10% every single day now. That's $1,260 in income per day. That actually is calculated. $37,800 per month, $453,600 every single year, even if all 1,000 people decided, I no longer want to be a part of iBoomerang. Now, we know that won't happen. Why? Because remember, they're overriding that income as well. I just wanted to give you the worst case scenario example over here. But what happens is that team continues to grow. And this is why we have what's called a perpetual residual income builder. Why? Because those customers will stay in that environment, and we will continue to service each and every one of those customers, sending them emails about great specials that we do have that are travel related, of places that they've selected that they wanted to go. And every time they use the product, they pay less and you get paid more. Ladies and gentlemen, in my 28, almost 29 years in network marketing, this concept has not existed until today. Today is the very first day of iBoomerang, and what we're doing is setting an example in the industry that many, we hope, will actually follow. Now, what we've done is we put together a pre-launch fast start compensation plan. Don't pay any attention to this right now. For compliance purposes, we have to put that in here. All we want you to do is focus on either getting Boomerang customers and building a team, or only getting Boomerang customers if that's all that you want to do. But what I want to share with you is this here. The income opportunity I've already explained to you is huge, but it doesn't become any size if you don't participate. The first way that you get yourself started is get what we call your product kit or your travel savings kit. And how do you do that? You start off by $49.95, and that's what we call standby. That's our standby kit. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But what standby does, it at least allows you to have a position in the genealogy tree. And what it does, it gives you your own customer site. At this level here, you don't have a travel savings ambassador site, so you only get 50% of the savings, just like your customers do. We also equip you with 5 boomerangs that you can go out and start giving away goodwill to 5 customers. You can earn up to 25% of all of the referral commissions. You also receive an interactive presentation that will blow you away. It's called I Decide. A TSA online management system is what you receive as well. But there's also 3 options if you're really ready to dive in and become or come aboard this aircraft carrier to success, okay? Or this aircraft, all right? Let's talk about the 3 different ways that you can do it. The first one is what we call Coach Class. Coach Class is $250, but what do you receive with that? You're able to now receive hotels, flights, and rental cars on your own personal iGo site. Everything that I've mentioned, you don't get that yet at the Coach Class, but you do receive 10 boomerangs. You also receive 50% of the savings that are available, not 100%. 10% commissions in your team, but you get the general release of all luxury experiences. With business class, guess what? You get a little bit more. You get the cruises in addition to everything that you got in the Coach Class. 25 boomerangs for you to go out and give out goodwill. Remember, 10 boomerangs is worth, in our example, about $3,000. And so 25 boomerangs can be worth, obviously, a lot more. It can be worth a lot more, around $9,000 in this example. But now you receive 100% of the savings bonuses that are available, 12% of your commissions. But you will receive also 1 week pre-sale notice anytime we do luxury experiences like the one we're doing on May 16th down in Cancun, Mexico, at the El Dorado Hotel 5-star resort. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Now, first class. The first class experience, we created this for those of you who really said, listen, I want to maximize this opportunity. I not only want to have multiple boomerangs, but I want to maximize the income opportunity as well. With this one here, you get the business class, you get the homes, you get the weeks, you get marketplace, you get lifestyle, you get timeshares, you get 50 boomerangs and 100% of the savings. But one additional thing, normally you will receive 15% commissions in your organizational team structure. What we've done for a limited time, we have put together what's called a Founders Club promotion. And in the Founders Club, you become a founder for a lifetime. To give you an example, this past weekend, we had a founders party where we had over 600 people who were able to come at no cost whatsoever as a founder. And ladies and gentlemen, there's more founders events that's going to be coming, and many, many, many benefits that we have as a founder. With this one here, you'll receive 2 weeks pre-sale notice, and the business class package is $1,000 for the business class pack. Now remember, 10 boomerangs, what it was worth to you? About $3,000. Well, you got 50 boomerangs here. Multiply that times 5. That means this can be worth about $15,000 in income if you get, or when you get those boomerangs into the hands of the people who actually travel. Now, many of you say, well, you talked about 1,000 boomerangs. How can I get more? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you pay close attention to our training schedule and training calls, because there's more information coming on how you can actually earn free boomerangs for doing the things that we actually expect you to do in this business. Most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is we can dream about getting started. You can dream about your dreams, or you can actually get started right now. Join the team at iboomerang.com, or more importantly, get with the person who invited you to this call. And in the back office, or not in the back office, but right there in the chat right now, I want you to say, I boomerang. Just type in I boomerang. Let everybody know that you are absolutely boomeranging. And ladies and gentlemen, we want you to be a part of this team. As the chairman and CEO of iBoomerang, I personally want to give you an invitation to have the most fun that you've ever had around some of the most incredible people that you'll ever meet, and have an opportunity that have not existed until today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, whether you participate or not, I want you to know you're part of history. Why do I say that? Because 5 years from now, here's what's going to happen. Many of you are going to have 5 years of incredible experiences. But there's going to be some people who just simply have 5 more birthdays and nothing changed. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have 5 years of incredible experiences. Make sure that you get started now. Come on over here. I'm telling you, the water's warm. I can't wait to see you on the beaches of the world. Thank you and congratulations in advance. And we'll see you on tomorrow's call. Goodbye, everybody.
So if you're ready to team up with me and Holton and make the most of this life-changing opportunity, visit www.biggerfaster.iboomerang.com. You want to be on my team. FYI, this guy is my direct sponsor, so we can't lose. So again, visit the link in the description box below, and let's boomerang bigger, faster with Holton. I'll see you at the top.